Kled.
Well, as we saw in FlyQuest's game just moments ago, sometimes the things that you aren't prepared for are the ones that can get you. Now, Kled might not be Mordekaiser Blitzcrank, but he's still unorthodox, and Poppy is going to be the answer to him from Dignitas.
Yeah. And Zig, I've talked to him a few times about Kled. Loves this champion. Actually, when he was in Korea for boot camp a long time ago, he was actually playing Kled in solo queue around the time that Kled was released around Worlds, and Smeb ran into him and got dominated. And Smeb actually started asking him about Kled and picked up Kled and almost played it at Worlds because of Zig.
Kled, he's very powerful if done correctly. I mean, everybody's ran into a Kled at some point or another in solo queue that just takes over the game. He's such a capable fighter.
Yeah, and the Black Cleaver change that you have to keep in mind, it lost 10 AD, gained 100 health, and the cost went down by 100. So it's actually about 16 gold more efficient than it was before. You can buy it earlier, you buy it faster, and it gives HP, which keeps him mounted on Skarl longer.
Because all the bonus HP goes over to Skarl, it becomes that much harder to kick him off that lizard, and then once he remounts with that much more health.
Exactly. It was a buff for Renekton and a buff for Kled. And those are the two champions that we're seeing a little bit more of here. But it is Zig on a carry top laner again. He played a few tanks yesterday, and they weren't the best performances. When he was on the Rumble, it was pretty good as well. But when he's on this Kled, this is what I like to look for, how the team engages with the ultimate.
Up getting some aggro here in the mid lane. As Meteos is going to know that gank might be a little bit more successful. The gank might come in, but you got to be careful. The dismount is something that can really make these ganks go awry. Zig trying to keep himself alive. A little bit more damage onto Chaser. First blood! Boom! Can he make it too? He's almost remounted, but someday he's going to be denying that one real quick. 1 for 1.
Woo! The flash and the Q. Ryu's looking to pick it up afterwards.
Accelerated shock blast. He's got those juicy double buffs he wants to cash in on, and he brings down the hammer. Someday goes down, and Ryu makes it a 2-for-1 game.
Purchased boots 4 potions, so he has a lot of sustain. Now there's a TP all the way in the back. They're trying to kill Lod. They're looking for the bottom lane domination. Here comes Kled.
Coming in from Phoenix One. Kled's already worked his way into the fight. Xpecial going to be the target here at the start. Bear Trap on a rope, pulling him right back into the fight. Flash away. Xpecial still barely alive. Meteos looking to make it happen. Rappel up into the air. Comes down with the spider bite. Phoenix One have found themselves one, but can they get Meteos out? I think they can do it. Laud does not have Curtain Call available to try to make some kind of a snipe here, and Meteos will live another day.
Yep. Try and get control of it. Kled has ulti.
All right, the arrow's not going to find its mark, but Zig's still looking to make the moves. There comes your tidal wave. Keen's going to be the target. Exhaust goes down, and Keen is done. Curtain Call opens up, but P1's already been able to find themselves one. Can they make it two? Bullets are going to be sidestepped all over the place. The last one goes real wide left. Zig's going to be the counter kill as Adrian finds himself behind enemy lines. Fish out of water. Slammed up into the wall. Brought down, but Chaser goes with him. A nice shot by Ryu.
Yep.
NCS advantage.
Speaking of pick potential here, especially in the bush, Ryu, they don't have a tank, so they have to face check this now.
Ryu's going to be close, but he doesn't get caught out by the grasping roots. Instead, now it's going to be Rise making some damage onto him, but he brings back the killing spree into the face of Keen. Chaser into the back line, not going to be finding anybody. Ryu's kept alive by the Nami heals, and that is a 2-for-1 play for Phoenix One. A botched engage from Dig.
Meteos, looking for the cocoon there, almost gets Lod. See here, looking for a pick on Meteos.
They're able to find him. The kick comes through. Rappel comes up, lands on the other side of Keen. It's not going to be enough. They squish the spider. Shutdown credit goes over to Chaser. Now Phoenix One going to be looking for Drake number 3 overall this game. The second one that their team will be claiming. It'll be the second Ocean, so plenty of extra regeneration for these guys should they.
Someday's not there. They might go. There they go.
They're pulling the trigger. Kled issuing that horn. He sounds the alarm. The cavalry charge is coming, and Keen is going to be jumped on. They go right into the fight. Stranglethorn's going to be finding 2. Meteos juggling around. Knocked down. Chaser grabbing the kill onto him. Zig going to be soaking the bullets next. 4th shot hits him. There comes the crits. Someday getting himself right back into the fight. Slams him up against the wall. Someday takes that kill. It's a 2-for-0. Dignitas grab the fight.
Exactly. What was I saying about, look at that. This game is not over by any means. Dignitas still in it because Someday able to turn it around a bit, and they actually blow up Meteos. They are so squishy on Phoenix One's side. They have to get this poke down.
Dignitas have decided to go for the Baron, down to about 1/3 HP. Phoenix One has to make some kind of a stop here. Xpecial going to be taken low. Someday going to be targeted now. Baron been secured. Dignitas now looking to make their exit if they can. Ryu going to be chased down. Someday's got the damage and the shields to make it happen. Chaser right back into the fight, this time on arrow. Lod grabs the kill.
And they didn't lose anybody there on Dignitas' side. That's 5 Barons. They played that so well in a situation where it could have been really bad. Looked like Xpecial was about to die. Ryu misses a shock blast that would have been fatal on him.
Always on the flank, looking for a way to get in there with the charge, but he's got to be careful. Ryu going to be slammed over the wall, into the other wall. Here comes the rest of the damage. Lod's going to be caught out next. Arrow able to find some damage there. Zig into the back line. Lod's going to be melted. Phoenix 1. They've gone 1 for 0. Chaser makes his way into the fight. Only going to be finding Sonic Wave onto a minion. Bottom lane tier 1 turret falls to the minions at the same time, but Dignitas lose their AD carry.
This minion wave, or you come and fight us, because or sacrifice the position they had on Drake, because that's what they really want, is that position.
Zig going to be taking so much CC, just locked down for an eternity here, immediately dismounted. He loses a lot of his capabilities here, but Kane's going to be chased CC too. He is done. Chaser goes next. Ryu running away off to the side, surely going to be brought down. Zig has remounted a big Stranglethorn, but not big enough. Vlad falls. 4 for 3 so far, still looking to make it the ace. Zig's got the bear trap and the rope and the ace. A double kill as Lod falls and the ace comes through for Phoenix 1. That Lod message was late.
Sidewaves pushing out just yet. They will push in time, but it's a long time. We're talking minutes until those sidewaves get there by themselves.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a long, hard road for Dignitas trying to weather the storm against this Baroned up Phoenix 1 team. They've got a 5,000 gold lead on top of it, feeling pretty comfortable with where they're at. Is it going to be stepping forward as the front line to allow Meteos to find those auto attacks?
Somebody's looking for a TP flank. There it is, down the middle of the lane.
Someday wants to make the move if he can. It's all 5 members right on top of the Poppy. He's going to be soaking so much damage so very rapidly. GA is available, and X-Special is instantly killed. Someday's going to be going down next. Bear trap on a rope, takes him right back into the fight. And Phoenix 1 are looking to make it a 2 for there comes the CC and the damage. Arrow's grabbing the kill. The inhibitor falls, and Phoenix 1 have found awesome success.
Yeah, and with a composition like this, that if armor gets stacked up to a point where it's just ridiculous, it becomes really hard to deal with it. But Phoenix 1, they're playing fast. It's 34 minutes right now. It's still rather early. Elder Drake has not even considered spawning yet. They're going to look for turrets.
Right, Poppy's not at that 5-item point, but Keen is going to be absolutely deleted. Adrian is the trade. Chaser trying to get himself away. The damage is going to be coming through. Both Nexus turrets down. Lod has to retreat, but it will not matter. Shot down in his own fountain, and Phoenix 1 will take the game.
All the arrows as much as possible.
One more pick for Phoenix 1. They're hovering that Orianna that you were talking about might be a ban for Dignitas, and it is going to be locked in. The final pick on the side of Dignitas with the Gragas in the top lane. We've seen this a little bit so far. Going to be played by Someday this time around, means Jace will again be mid like we usually expect to see him these days. So tanks in the top lane, high damage potential there in the mid lane, high damage potential in the jungle. Of course, more of that for Rengar than Lee Sin.
Yeah. This is actually exactly the same composition that P1 ran in Game 3 yesterday, but instead of a Rumble, they have a Shen. They have the Rengar, they have the Orianna, the ball combination, and then they have the Ashe and the Nami bottom lane, which just seems to be such a high priority lane for Phoenix 1. They have first picked Ashe in that previous series against Counterlogic Gaming when Jhin was still on the table, and they didn't really care.
And you know that combination that you just rattled off, the Rengar, the Shen, and the Orianna, that is incredibly deadly. Rengar goes invisible, Stand United is placed onto him, that's the 2-man torpedo that I was talking about, and then you've got the ball on top of it. If they can land that onto a valuable target, it is just going to eviscerate Dignitas lines.
Yep. Ryu, though, in that Game 3, his shockwaves not really on point, and that was the big decider there, was his shockwaves combined with the Rumble ultis, but we won't be seeing that this game. We'll be seeing Zig on Shen. And so now they have a composition that really relies on Meteos getting in onto the backline. And so someday it'll be his job and Chaser's job to keep them away.
Yeah, and Dignitas honestly has quite a few tools to keep people away in territory. These two are surely going to find each other here. Meteos looking to make the one-on-one happen, finding a lot of burst with that Rengar. Even more coming through. Chaser almost able to do it, and he does. Chaser wins the 1v1. Now Adrian forced to flash over the wall. Arrow's going to be grabbing the blast plant out as well.
Meteos trying to look for something. Now they want inside track on mid, and this is the punish, is Zig gets to clear out bot. He has another global with the teleport. Adrian
having to drop the exhaust onto Chaser there to keep himself safe. Meteos trying to disengage this one as well, but he's going to be jumped on. Meteos too far forward. A little bit more damage is going to do it. X-Special still looking to find him if he can. Meteos getting away, and Lod has got the damage. Dignitas find the pick.
There's a big auto attack there too with a Sheen behind it. It looks like it did honestly like 200 damage to him. It did a whole lot, but that's going to be Dignitas going towards this turret. No Stand United from Zig. It was just the teleport, and he was never going to use it there.
Forward, and then the Sheen is on that. it catches you by surprise sometimes. Keen now might be caught out on his own. The bubbles come through. There's so much CC, and Ryu's going to be the one who grabs the kill.
Drake gives him threat with the Baron on the table, and a Jace and an Ezreal. This is actually a ton of damage that you could deal to that Baron.
Oh, a lot. They've got themselves the Mountain, the Infernal, everything. This team
they want to
pretty
fight.
solid for themselves. Adrian going to be stand united on. Can the Shen even get into the fight? No, he can't. Zig is not going to be allowed to join this one. Shockwave comes out, not going to be finding Someday. Ryu trying to keep himself alive. Exhaust going to be used. Shock Blast not finding the mark. Someday still looking to catch up. The barrel is down. Take a swig, Ryu. Someday's grabbing the kill. 1-0 and 2 on the big man. As Phoenix 1 has lost themselves two guys so far.
They're trying to hide. They're trying to hide. It's not going to work.
This is a bad game of hide and seek. Meteos and Zig have got to find some kind of a way out of here. But 4 versus 2 is not the kind of fight anybody wants to be taking. Lod hanging around in the back, making sure he doesn't walk too close.
Yeah, they're trying to buy time so that Arrow can shove mid. It's like,
at least get something, but it's not going to be done. He kicks one into the other, and they are toast, at least Meteos. Zig going to be chased down now as well. Keen popping the flash to go after him. There is no blast cone today. Don't even bother looking. Zig's going to be run down, and Dignitas goes up 6-1.
But they bought time for Arrow to come back, get pressure mid, pick up the mid turret. Ryu is also back running down, and Adrian is here as well.
The Baron attempt coming out, though. You talked about how they were going to do it fast, and yes, they are.
Still 22 minutes.
Down to about 1/3 HP. Chaser and Someday tanky enough to soak for it. The arrow comes out, only hits Special, and Dignitas has found some awesome success.
That was super close.
In the meantime, though, Dignitas is able to find one inhibitor in the bottom side. The inhibitor turret now in the mid lane. Inhibitor under pressure itself. Lod firing the damage into that one.
Yeah, Shockwave is back up for Ryu. It just came off a cooldown.
Adrian going to be kicked back right into the fight. Stand United going to be used. Shockwave finding no one. Ryu juggling around. Beat down. Keen grabbing the kill on that one. Adrian still low, but still alive. Sonic Wave's going to change that one real fast. Mystic Shot grabbing the kill. Zig now the target of all 5 Dignitas members. They've got themselves a 5v3 for the next few seconds. Special showing that he can eat people in a very painful way to unbench that Kinch as Dignitas is heading for the Nexus. First turret now under pressure. The minion wave is coming up. They've got it enchanted with the Baron buff. Meteos coming around from behind. What is he going to do as a lone Rengar? Looking to make the move onto Chaser. Already saved by Special, though. Spit right back out into the maw of the enemy Nexus turrets. They are done. Arrow can't do anything, and we are going to game number 3.
26-minute game there from Dignitas.
Enough. Phoenix 1 heard my prayers, and they're going to be locking that one in for Meteos. This champion can be a lot of fun to see because of the different and unique gank angles he can take, because of what the passive can enable you to do. I always enjoy watching someone who's familiar with Zac play Zac, and that's what we're going to be getting this game. The final pick for Dignitas will be Caitlyn.
All right, let's see how this one goes, because Phoenix 1, they draft the Lulu for protection to stop the Rengar from jumping in and actually just blowing somebody up. Being able to knock him up is so crucial, and to be able to react to that ability, the ultimate leaping in. And now the Zac, so they take a tank in the jungle, so he can actually build. I said it was going to be a tankless lineup. It actually has the tank in the jungle, can build some armor, can become rather close to unkillable here.
They've also got the Lulu to kind of shut down the Rengar and Zed assassination potential. Obviously, if one of them gets just completely steamrolling, Lulu's not going to save them. But Wild Growth and the shields from help picks, both very effective, as well as polymorphing the guy when somebody tries to assassinate your gen or your gangplank.
This game's going to be really interesting because this is 2 mid lane assassins, 2 protection supports, and a lot of engage from both sides, to be honest. The Zac Elastic Slingshot in, the Rengar ultiing in. This could be an explosive game with the assassins in the engage from both teams to try to decide the series.
And it's such a stylish mid lane matchup, too. This isn't a mid lane matchup where you're like, oh, it just goes this one way, don't worry about it. This is how it happens.
Try and get a W onto Keen and set up Ryu. This is actually I like how Ryu is just covering the shadow. He's actually, I think he might be dead.
Oh, this is the outplay we're looking for. Yes, it is. First blood over to Ryu in the 1v1. The last caster minion auto attack not going to be doing anything. Phoenix 1's mid laner. I told you, Zyrene, I wanted to see somebody step up in this matchup.
They get the combo with the GP and the Jhin. That's an engage. They're going for it.
There it goes. Meteos looking to make the dive. Stand United onto the Tom Kench because they've got that save mechanism out. Everybody's backing away right now. Lod's going to be taken very low. Keen jumping into the fight. Meteos going to be forced to retreat. Arrow under pressure. Someday looking to get onto the back line as effectively as possible, but Phoenix 1 have backed away.
Yep, Lod chunked out, so he'll have to back here. Ryu looking at the back line. and then gets out. But they do have pressure bot. That's what they get out of this is now Phoenix will have numbers advantage top because Lod is going to be forced back, so it's 4-4, but also they're distracting them so much, but they also have Zig on the bottom side. Not any more crit, any more damage. It's just the amplification of your crit damage. So you need more crit.
Chaser and Someday looking to make the play onto Zig underneath the turret, who flashes himself out, looking to keep himself alive if he can. Zig looking to make the play, but he can't quite do it. Someday grabbing the kill, but just ever so barely.
Whoop.
Now popping the TP to get back to base, fearing the collapse, getting himself out in time. Crit.
Oh, Chaser. Looking for Zig again. Zig, now he has a cannon upgrade of rate of fire. Let's see what happens.
He's dropping very, very quickly. Someday the one taking the damage underneath the enemy turret. Can't quite do it. Doesn't even fire his ultimate. Instead, just falls.
Yeah, he's not even going to try right there to actually stop that. Hold on, Jin going down for Chaser. Arrow?
Might be able to make this happen. Arrow got him. Chaser's going to fall on that one. Someday barely getting himself away. Ryu not jumping into that brush.
And now, because Drake is down, which was the next objective on the table, P1, put your wards between mid and top, and get your top turret.
And this is the last standing tier 1. This is going to allow them more control into the top part of the enemy jungle as well. So now they're not just going to be limited to moving up in the bottom part of the enemy jungle. They've got the whole option available for enemy territory.
That's a good knockdown.
Backline goes Meteos. Lod has already been devoured, so it's on cooldown for the time being. Ryu looking to make the assassination happen. Exhaust is used. Ryu has been able to find the kill. Keen's going to be dropping next. Xpecial now the target. Can they get him? Yes, they can. Damage coming through. Xpecial going to be melted down. Adrian grabbing the kill on that one. Someday is hanging around, but what is a tank without a team?
To go for kills instead, and they're doing it again.
Now they're going for Someday. This is a guy that is very hard to bring down, but they're going to go ahead and go for it anyway. When you got that kind of damage, you can do those kinds of plays. As Phoenix 1 continues to push, this time onto the mid lane tier 2. Keen going to be jumped on. Meteos not afraid of anything. Gangplank ultimate going to be used for zoning potential. Lod and Xpecial looking to chase these guys down if they can. Arrow going to be forced to flash back. Redemption used. Adrian going to be jumped on. Wild Growth onto
the Blasco!
Still trying to stay alive. Blasco is going to be tossing Adrian right back in. The sacrificial Lulu. But they're still able to find the kills. 2 dead on Dig. Can they make it any more? The damage comes through, and Dig's able to grab number 3 in the dirt. As Phoenix 1 find themselves 3 different kills. They continue the push. All they lose is Adrian, who Arrow sealed his fate, hopping that plan, sending himself to safety and sending Adrian right back into the fight.
Sometimes you don't want to go in and be the bait, but it was the right choice apparently. The rest of the team was engaging on the backside. Ryu had taken out Lod, and then Xpecial followed shortly after, wasn't able to save as well.
As soon as he attacked that meme plant, he knew he wasn't coming back.
That's where Adrian looks into Arrow's eyes. Oh, hold on, Lod though.
Lod's not looking into anybody's eyes. He's done for. Rampage on the side of Phoenix 1. Meteos jumping right back into the fight again. This time Chaser getting himself away. That's the same plant that Meteos yesterday, by the way, used his ultimate on.
Yep.
This time it's used for the proper purpose. Rengar getting himself away alive. Meteos not really concerned about it. As a 1-0-7 Zach, he's having a wonderful game.
Yeah, he's having a great game. And it's comfort. Again, the Olaf was banned against him. The Elise was banned against him. Guys pulling bans because people think his champion pool is shallow. It has been. He's not playing those meta things, but he's playing what's working for him. And there's no contest here for Phoenix 1 to take this Baron.
That's what it's all about. You play what wins, and right now what's winning is this Zach. 10-3, the Baron has been secured. 11,000 gold lead. And Ryu says, you know what, I'm just going to grab the Kinch too. Why not put a kill in there? Oh, now he's looking to make the moves onto Keen as well. Ace in the hole going to be coming through. Keen has to get himself away. Zonya's Hourglass going to be used.
Oh,
Ryu comes back over the wall. Now looking to take down Lod if he can. I don't know about this one, but Ryu does. Dominating, baby.
You don't get to buy any magic resistance until way later if you're not building lethality and Edge of Night. And Lod, oh man, the trap doesn't even go off on two. That's a lot of damage. That's where you go, man, who fed LeBlanc?
Yeah, who fed LeBlanc?
As your 0-4.
Ryu and Arrow now with Baron up minions sieging towards the top side. Someday going to be jumped on. He's got Guardian Angel, but how long is it going to be keeping him? Oh my goodness, Xpecial with the tongue to shut down Ryu. Can he get himself away from him? Meteos jumping around in the back lines. A rampage for Arrow, grabbing the kill onto the Kinch, avenging his own mid laner. Chaser and Keen trying to run. Curtain Call going to be opened up. Lod doesn't want to block the shots. He's not going to be dying for his teammates' sins today. Keen with some fancy feet, getting himself out anyway. Someday gonna be locked down. Guardian Angel has already been procced, so he is dead for real. Vlad falls to Zig.
Looking for the game.
Nexuster at number 1 is gone. Phoenix won, ladies and gentlemen. 3 games, 29 minutes later, they are gonna take this series against Dignitas and go 1-1 on the week.